We got a show coming up on the illustrious date of March the 8th. Never done a stand-up performance in my own entire life. I've never really done like performance in front of people. I've given speeches in front of people. That's not the hard part. The hard part is remembering my shit. So yeah.
When you're starting out doing comedy, you really have to punch everything up. It has to be boom, 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 because people don't know who you are, so they don't care a lot of what you have to say. So you really have to be like, joke, 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 like me, like me, like me, good night.
You can't start out as Louis C.K. Louis C.K. had to build up to be a Louis C.K. So try to be funny first, and then you can find your voice.
Where with comedy, it's like, oh, that's what he meant, because he said it like that. I think, like this, the place, The Last Stand, right? That was kind of, my thought was The Last Stand, because I feel like comedy is really one of the last places like people are being direct and honest.
Just be fearless.
Yeah.
And not everyone's gonna love you, and people that don't love you.
It's hard for me to tell a story and include jokes in right now because I have no idea what I'm doing. The only like format of jokes that I really know how to do is, you know, set it up with a mini story of like, you know, oh, I went to the store today.
You can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Music loud, women walk, being kicked around since I was born. Never tolerate, I don't hate, and you may look the other way, but we can try.
Do you want notes, or do you just want to?
If you got any tips about it, no worries.
Yeah. Only note I would give you is shit on yourself up front, because you have a lot of material where you're the winner in it.
Oh, okay.
So you gotta lose
Yeah.
sooner or later. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you have to. That's something I always kind of try to do.
Rudy! How many of you are going drinking out tonight? Oh! Yeah! Alright. You gonna buy me one or 6 shots? Because I need to forget this fucking train wreck.
I guess my Cold Stone story is probably my strongest story.
Who's the big fans of Cold Stone? I need a refresher. Well, fuck yourself, alright? That was one of my very first jobs. Every time someone made me sing a song, I wanted to take the scoop and stick it in their eye socket. Although I did enjoy it when the elderly couples would walk in, you know, especially the elderly women, you know, they'd walk up to the little dais of where all the little ice creams are at. They'd stare at it for a good 3 or 4 minutes, and then, you know, they make their order. Just, hi, I would like to try your sweet cream. The whole time I'm making their meal, I'm just like, that's right, bitch, I'll give you that sweet cream. Just come to the back, freezer, I'll make that sweet cream for you. Thank you very much, folks.
I think it went all right. I went a little bit too over the edge, like with my emotions and stuff. I messed up my method of how I was going to go from one joke to another, so I have to work on my transitions.
Looking forward to the next one?
Hell yeah, let's do it. I'm excited now. Excited to bomb.
I do find it entertaining when you go to Chuck E. Cheese, you see the 1 to 2 shady looking characters, you know, the middle-aged people just sitting in front row, bombed out of their mind on LSD, just sitting there with the Inception soundtrack playing, just wah, wah. Next joke. All right. We're doing no segues here, folks. No segues. I'm just going right into the shit. People say I tend to look like Vince Vaughn, but my usual response is, hey, I don't have that look of disappointment in my eye that I was once an accomplished actor, but now play second fiddle to Queen Latifah. Anyone here like Cold Stone?
Second show's over. I wish it was the first.
What's the reaction? Yeah.
A little bit stale. Didn't have as good of a set as I wanted to, but I figured it was going to happen sooner or later. But so far, you know, I got half and half. I got one good response my first time, but terrible response my second time. So we'll see if the third time's the charm, you know.
I mean, you ate shit at that one day at the Maltese, which is good. You know what I mean? Like, I eat shit at Maltese, but like, it's good because then you're like, okay, refining. And it's nothing personal or anything, but I've noticed like growth each time you've got up. We're like, okay, good, he's getting it. You're not like, you didn't let that one bombing experience go like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Fuck comedy.
Yeah, and I wanted to add some more stuff about my Cold Stone bit, just like talking about it after I say the more punchline, and the old lady asked me, "Hi, can I try some of your sweet cream?" I say, "Yeah, I'll give you some of my sweet cream."
I'm wondering if you could be like, you set up the sentence like, old people, they use terms that I don't get sometimes. Like I worked at Cold Stone, and the old lady's like, "May I have some of your sweet cream?" And then you become reluctant. You're like, we don't. I mean, give me a couple minutes. You know, like.
Playing for tomorrow.
Yeah, tonight is going to be performance numero tres, which is going to be once again at the Last Stand Comedy Club in Chico, California. I'm gonna try some new stuff, but I don't even know. I'm not really sure how it's like gonna have. It's not like draw material and punchline. It's more of a storyline basis.
I just met him like last week. He's a pretty nice guy. I think he's all right. You know, he's got a nice smile. He's wearing a leather jacket today. I don't know much about you. I'm doing the best I can. Please welcome to the stage, everybody, Mr. Rudy Ramirez.
Throughout the course of my life, very, very short life, I've grown in a deep, dark hatred for bees. Now, not necessarily honeybees, but more the little assholes you like to call yellow jackets. You know, they serve no real purpose on this earth. I mean, except to ruin picnics. No one wants that. No one wants that. You know, you find one in your potato salad, you chew on it, get stung on accident. You son of a bitch! You were delicious celery!
Probably about 3 years old, and we were on a lakeside trip. My dad had a boat, and the boat breaks down in the middle of the lake. And so, a terrible thing that happened. So as I'm taking a whiz at the age of 3, I see that something's flying around me, and it's trying to land on me in different places. And I think I was swatting it away. I'm not really sure, so I kept swatting it. So finally, it lands on my penis. And by this time, I'm thinking, what the fuck is on my dick right now? Because all 3-year-olds think like that. I get a red-hot feeling as if a iron poker, fresh out of the fire, stabs me in my little weenus. The worst thing I've ever felt in my life. The saddest part about that story is I have yet to see that large of a penis on myself. I'm not asking for a big, chest laugh from, straight from the breadbasket. Just looking for like it's pretty good. That's all I'm looking for. I'm taking this extremely seriously. I've taken this seriously since the beginning, but this is different. This is to where I'm with an audience who expects good bits, good sets.
We're at Laughs Unlimited, a comedy venue in Old Town Sacramento. Absolutely more nervous than I've ever been before, because I don't know how it's going to go at all. This is an entirely different scenario, entirely different town, not my hometown, not the town where I go to college at, so I don't know anyone that's going to be here. This is going to be an interesting set, to say the least.
And please welcome to the stage, Rudy Ramirez. I know you'd never expect a white person to do that, but I did it anyways. Do any of you ever think that mutilated war veterans have ever heard of the phrase, or ever uttered the phrase, I would give my left nut to have my right nut back? Can you even really call it a left nut? I think it's more like a uni nut. I have a couple of relatives of mine, with their significant others, they choose certain days where they talk to each other in an accent or as a character. So one day they'll talk to each other in a Victorian British accent, another time they'll talk to each other in a pirate accent. Me and my girlfriend, we do the same thing, but we take it a little bit farther. Just the other day, I was Bobby Brown, she was Whitney Houston. But I think it's getting kind of boring nowadays because all she does is lie around. Everybody raise your glasses. Raise your glasses for Whitney Houston. 2 months sober today. You gotta respect the plan. You gotta respect the 12-step. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
Well, there's a couple things that impressed me. One, you didn't do recycled material like half the people did tonight, so that's always good. This is not like being a DJ. You can't cut and scratch and mix stuff in. You did your own material from your own point of view, so that's good. So yeah, I was actually really impressed for only 5 times.
Felt it went all right. Obviously stumbled on some jokes. A lot of jokes didn't take.
Any up and coming comics, it's like just keep doing it. Don't be afraid to fail. I think like you're gonna bomb, and just figure out how to do it. Figure out how to bomb without and don't apologize for it.
How have you changed as a person too since the beginning? 2 months. 2 months. It's been a
Learn
month.
to embrace failure a lot better, because we all think that we're going to be great and we're all destined to be kick-ass at whatever we decide to do, and it may be something we enjoy, but if it's something you enjoy, then more than likely you could potentially fail at it. You could potentially not do good for a long while or even a short while, but it's not about the failures.
It's you and a mic with your balls hanging out there for them to wreck. I love it.
There's no not doing it. That's the thing when comedy becomes a drug of its own. It's like, well, I can't not do this. That's just stupid.
Doing it is the whole thing, too. I mean, just doing it over and over, that's what makes you comfortable with it. You'd be surprised how fast your material sticks in your head.
If you do it more than 5 times, you've got to do it. It's not really a choice. There's something inside you that makes you have to spit this crap out that nobody really wants to hear.
I'm gonna keep going up and just work on more material, work on what I think people will laugh at, and go from there. I mean, it's not like I don't know if I'll stop, but I don't know if it'll continue for like 40 years or something like that.
Please welcome to the stage, my friend, Mr. Rudy Ramirez. I want to brag, but the Mexican girls in the audience wanted my dick. I said it. They kept calling me sexy man in Spanish. Sexy man, do you know how to pronounce that? Pinche pendejo.
E40 also. From the lab. E40, was that for E40? The whitest fucking guy in the room. One dude in the back in a hoodie with a beard. This is what they still do, right? This is what they still do?
I have this baby that's 3 years old and it still doesn't sleep through the night. Fuck this baby. Not fuck this baby. Fuck, comma, this baby. Punctuation's important. Especially when saying fuck this baby.
Now that my period has stopped, I am hornier than ever. I'm not kidding. I had sex with a chair last week. This really hot chair from IKEA.
But there's not a day goes by that somebody doesn't tell me, you are very lucky to be married to the lovely Liz Mary. And I always say, yes, dear.
Have more positive phrases in this world. We say a lot of things that, oh, that really chaps my ass, or oh, that really blows. You can take that phrase and put it in a positive level, like, oh, I just got an A on my exam? That really sucks my dick.